Hello, everyone. I'm joking. Hello, everyone. Welcome to one more episode of Talking Times. Today, we're going to talk a lot about education. So if you have questions about learning English, I've been struggling here, or if you have suggestions of fun classes, I'm here with Teacher Neto today. We're going to have an amazing time. And I have something to tell you. If you don't subscribe to the channel, we have beef. If you don't like this video, we have beef. And next week, our episode is gonna be exclusively on Tuesday. Wednesday is a holiday, okay? So without further ado, let's go to our podcast intro. Hello, Nat. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you so much for not making me laugh during the intro.
Okay, I tried to hold myself.
Okay. You could have done a Silvio Santos thing there.
I could, Michael, but I am still feeling a little nervous. So, everybody at home, if you ever participate of a podcast, make sure that the first 5 minutes will be essential for you to put out all the nervousness that you guys are having, because I am feeling nervous but very excited.
Man,
Thanks for
nice that you said that. There, I have some. I love when I have the chance to do this slide. I have some techniques that I use
Teach me.
Yeah, let's do the first one.
Okay.
Let's have an awkward pause.
Is it recording?
God damn. Yeah, it is. You lost
Because people at home are like, I think my YouTube is my Wi-Fi connection failed.
No, it's a joke.
Okay.
Man, so it's like this. The worst possible thing that can happen in a podcast is to have an awkward pause that is not intentional. So we're fine, you know?
Yeah, we already had that, so from now on, nothing can be worse.
Now it's downhill. No. And now we can also sing through is another thing. Not now, at the end. Stick with us until the end. And maybe we're gonna sing some Linkin Park. I'm gonna do the screaming. He's gonna do no. So man, before we start,
I'm gonna be Mahoney if he sings that Linkin Park.
yeah. Before we start, please, who is Teacher? I feel like Marília Gabriela.
Yeah.
Who is Teacher Neto?
Actually, Teacher Neto is a teacher, which nickname is Neto because my real name, my baptized name, is Ernesto, which is really
That's a badass name, man.
I would keep only the bad part because it's a terrible name for a person.
You think?
I know.
Man, Ernesto.
Ernesto. Not ear, because then but Ernesto sounds a little bit better. But even though it's still a bad name.
Man, I think it's a badass name. I'll make my point. Start philosophy now.
Okay.
When you think of the archetype of somebody named Ernesto, you imagine somebody with a gun, like some badass.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you provoked in Ernesto. He's gonna be here for you. So, oh my God, no.
And then it's me. It doesn't match. And I remember when I was at school, Mike, the students, kids in general, they are mean, cruel.
Oh yeah. Kids
they don't know the power of the word, so they used to play jokes with the names, like Rafael, face of pastel, Juliana, face of banana. In my case, it was like, hey, what is your name? Ernesto. What?
Face of...
No, they didn't match with anything because Ernesto, what a terrible name for a person. Hey everybody, the name of this guy is Ernesto, come to see, disgusting. And that's how I grew up with this name.
Okay.
But I overcame the situation now. It's
clearly.
Yeah. No hard feelings with my father. Thanks for choosing this name.
Yeah, but there is a reason, right?
There is. And that's the funny part. Because it was the name of my grandpa.
Okay.
And when my mom was pregnant, her two options were Pedro Henrique for a boy and Natalia for a girl. And I was born as Ernesto. So I was asking what happened in this middle term. But it was the name of my father, and the name of my grandfather and my father, he passed away. Mm-hmm. So my father decided to honor
like
him.
A homage in a way.
Yeah. And every time that I tell that, those who used to play jokes on me, they cry. And then I laugh. Who's laughing now?
Nice. My name it should have been Kevin, or Roger.
Roger.
Yeah.
I would really ask you that because Maick is not an artistic name. It is your real name.
Yeah, it's my real name, and I always tell this joke.
Really?
Like, it's easy to remember because it sounds like a dog's name. I start my pre-class by doing that. By the way, yeah. Then when I was at school, I had this name, and I had like what's the name of that dog? Yorkshire, maybe the one with the messy hair, like here. And my nickname was Dog because of my name and my hair.
Okay.
And I said, okay, accepted. What else can I do?
But your name is like Maick Ofel da Silva, or
That would be funny.
it would.
Maick Ofel Fonseca. No.
Yeah.
No problem. If you are Fonseca, I have nothing against you, okay?
And if you are an Ernesto, probably you're already dead.
Yeah, makes sense.
They are stopping existing.
No, yeah, my real name is Maick, but then I have a Roger as a second name.
Maick Roger.
Yeah, exactly.
It reminds me about someone.
It is in the book, by the way. There is a lesson that I participated, you have Ana Maria, that was the teacher, the South Africa class, and you will see Maick, Roger, Bueno, mother family, Mangusta, father family.
So you are.
Ofel, it was artistic.
Okay. So you don't have Ofel.
No, Ofel, no. But since I used that name on the internet, I said I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's
but
nice.
And
you connect the vowel with the consonant, so Maick Ofel sounds.
Yeah, I
nice.
do some. People imagine that is one name, by the way, sometimes. But what happened when I asked my parents, where? It's because of Mike Tyson, because my father liked box, and my mom said, no, I wanted to have a short name because then you would never have nicknames. So you gave me a nickname already.
Yeah.
Because Michael, Mike, Miguel, or Michelle. And I asked my father, why Roger? And then I imagined, maybe it's because of James Bond, the Roger Moore one. It was because of the guy from Traje Rigor.
They are great.
Yeah, so I have that with me too. Anyways, but now I got used to that,
Nice.
So and
sorry, and answering to what you asked me, I'm 32 years old and I am a teacher, and my nickname is Neto because Ernesto is terrible, so that's why Teacher Neto is here with you today. So send a super chat, comment and follow us.
People already sending message here. Teacher Neto is the best.
No, you are the
best. You were born for this, man. You're a natural. I want to have this guy here with us more times.
Claudio.
Rafael here. Hello, everyone. Veronica, hello. Lucas Almeida. Teacher Ernesto, the best in Trianon. Hello, everyone. Hi, Rodrigo. Okay, shout out to you guys. Man, what's your story as a teacher? Because every teacher, they always said, I was this or that, and then eventually I became a teacher.
Yeah, yes, we usually start by the same way.
Yeah.
But I started, I was a good student when I used to study. I still study English always. And if you are a student, you will always be one. Okay, never stop studying.
Yeah.
And I used to help my friends in the classroom, and one teacher noticed that and said, hey, you have skills to become a teacher. And then he started to train me, and I started to study in the area. I had studied psychology for 3 years and a half.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's why you like those crazy topics.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
And I always enjoyed mainly the educational subjects in college, so that's why I really decided to teach. And I knew that I would like to become a teacher since I was very young, because I always like to share everything that I know. So even, I don't know, driving, or if I learn about something, I would like. And there's someone who said, someone famous, there isn't any valuable knowledge if you don't share. So it is useless if you keep something to yourself and you don't share. And I always took that for my life. And then English was something that I had more knowledge about, so I started to teach.
Man, that's very nice. And this is the kind of the eternal link that we create being teachers. Like once the knowledge is out and people make some use of it, it's gonna stick with the person.
Yeah.
You know, like my friend from football, you know, like, it taught me how to speak English, you know. Or Mr. Edelcio, you know, the student that I mentioned that I met was very nice, you know. And so,
before being becoming a teacher, I would like to be I would like to have a midnight show on the radio.
That's why the voice thing.
Yeah.
Have you done any classes of that?
I haven't yet, but it's a great idea. I would
very
like
nice.
to, you know, those midnight that play blues or old songs, and Mike from Campinas sends a kiss to you, Mia, also to Campinas. Now stick with BGs. How deep is your love?
I remember the San Andreas GTA, you know, when you are driving the kind of welcome to CPR radio. Now we're gonna listen something, and then you start the song. And you're like,
I felt I was playing. Wow.
Man, that would be. Would you like to have a? If I weren't here, maybe I would have a tinfoil hat podcast, like the guy from Godzilla. You know, conspiracy theories. Now, you know, it would be something like that. I will watch that show. Yeah. You know, we have guys behind the cameras, 300 people working with us right now. You know.
Yeah.
You
a
know,
lot of people.
See, 150 there, 150. Yeah. And man, do you use your psychologist skills during class? Because it's almost intuitively too.
It is. I decided to stop studying psychology when I realized that I wouldn't work in the area. And also because I had a scholarship and I kind of lose it.
Minor.
Yeah, little detail. But I knew that everything that I've learned there, I would try to use in my day-to-day life.
It's the same with me, man. I mean, not the same because I was not at the university, but I had those classes in the advertising course, and I said, "Man, this is fascinating.
It is.
Human mind is so cool. I need to learn." You know.
And as more you understand about yourself, it is easier to understand other people.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you teach, we need to connect and understand and try to see what is the best way to communicate with this specific person or this specific student.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned him in another episode. One of my English teachers, I was 16 years old. Teacher Mario, man, he was always happy. He had this nice vibe. He inspired me a lot because, you know, that type of person that just because the person is in the room, it kind of lights. It's like contagious. Everybody like, oh, Teacher Mario is here. He's so cool. Oh, tell me more. I like the way you talk. And today I see a lot of him in that guy, Clóvis de Barros, the Brazilian philosopher.
Clóvis de Barros. I have no idea. But okay.
But you will probably see him on YouTube or maybe Jô Soares. He is talking about pamonha, or the first time he gave a class. That
I also don't remember that. But okay.
I'll send you the link later.
Send it.
But he speaks with such passion that you feel contagious. Like, so, oh my God, I want to learn more. So have you been inspired then by any teacher? I remember these and that.
The good ones and the bad ones.
Yeah.
So there were a few teachers that I remember by name. Gerson Hendrich, if you're watching this, thanks for
Shout
everything.
out to you, Gerson.
Yeah. Flavio Mota was an excellent teacher. Any of them were English teachers.
Okay.
My English teachers, in general, they were not so good.
Today we're gonna learn about verb to be. I am, you are, memorize,
Test next week and say, oh, English is so boring.
It is, and you finish high school and say, what is the to be verb?
Yeah.
But those teachers, the way they connect with the students and they knew a little bit about many things.
Well, what were the subjects they used to teach?
Professional guidance.
Okay.
Flavio
So
Mota.
they're from university.
Not Flavio Mota. It was a technical course.
Okay.
Preparing yourself for your first job. Things like that, you know? 15 reais. Great course. And Gerson, he was my university teacher, professor, and fantastic. He always had an answer, and not because of that, but the way he was humble to speak about the things that he was a master.
This is something that is nice to share with other teachers. Sometimes when we are doing like trainings, the teachers, Mike, what if the student asks a question that I don't know? You would say, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Let's find out together. You know?
Exactly.
They
Share
imagine
knowledge.
they have to be perfect. No, you need to inspire the person to learn, right?
Exactly. And find the tools to achieve the learning. And to speak English, for example, in Portuguese, do you at home, sitting watching, do you know all the words of the Portuguese language?
Hell no.
And it's the same for the English. We don't need it. We need to express our opinions, understand other people, and when we don't know, let's learn together.
Man, my Portuguese grammar sucks. If I do a test like Enem, for example, I would probably not have a nice grade in that, you know. But we use the language every day. We communicate, and that's the thing. We were actually talking about this. Always focus first, guys, in communication. Eventually, the grammar will make sense to you.
Exactly.
But don't do the opposite. Like, I have to make a sentence with simple present. No, make the sentence. Then, if you have to do a grammar analysis of that, you do. But focus always in communication.
And for teachers, Mike, if you only know about teaching, you know nothing about how to teach, because it's what we were saying, that we need to connect with people and understand people. So it's not only about dominate the English, the grammar, the vocabularies, but understand about people.
Yeah, this sometimes you will have in the teacher guide, in a book, but this connection thing is what makes a difference in having a real class with a real teacher there, while watching a class on YouTube, for example.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
let me take a look here. I get sidetracked easily, you
Let's
know.
see if you have any super chats. Send us money.
Yeah. Super chat, you know. Okay, a lot of people here with us. Nice. So,
Nice.
let me see. I saw hello, Rafael.
Hi,
hello,
Mom. I'm on
Verona.
TV.
Hi, Lucas. Okay. Hello, Luis. And that's why I go with LA. Hello, Monica. My love, the best teacher, Victoria.
Kind.
Hi, Teacher Neto. Do you like açaí? I don't know. It's an inside joke. Really? Okay.
No, no, please don't say that. Okay. You know this color purple, and I'm set right beside this color.
So you remember those açaí shops?
No, please don't speak about that.
Okay, it's your weak spot.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Mine is buchada de bode. So
Oh, it is good.
Is it? I'm joking. I don't have a problem.
Okay.
Just keep it away from me, and that's it.
Send us a buchada de bode tonight.
Great teacher and
Thanks.
friends. That's
Nice.
TG Conversations. Hannah Lima, my brother. Luis Alberto. I'm sad that he didn't mention me. Was he your teacher? Maybe Luis Alberto. Maybe you were a
LA. Yeah. The basketball
Teacher
player.
LA, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are trolling me all the time, you see? I need to be aware of those names here, because sometimes I'll be like one of those guys that present sport shows and hug to you, Thomas.
Yeah, and then it's, I don't know, Thomas Edison.
Or Paula.
The guy invented the electricity. It's Thomas. Come
He's
on.
here, you know. I miss the great hello, my friends. How are you in this fantastic night? You know.
You know, Mike, and
Interest
this,
from Teacher Neto. Okay, you have your own way to start the class.
yeah,
Oh.
and it's fun because we were talking before we started recording about the social masks, and to active the skin of Teacher Neto, that's the catchphrase.
Yeah.
Hello, my friends, and then I become the teacher, and things go.
It's very funny how we can talk a little about this when we talk about the crazy classes, you know. But I don't know. I think I am the same here as I am in the class, you know. So, do you think you changed it after you became a teacher, and
little.
how maybe?
A little. There was a time in my life that my personal life, it was a completely mess.
Okay.
Some problems that we won't cry here tonight,
Okay.
right? So it's a happy night.
S happens.
Yeah. But
By S, I mean shit. Okay.
and I used to feel happier when I was teaching than when I was not. Because
I can't
I-
relate
I-
to that.
I felt that teaching, I didn't think about the problems.
You feel
or-
useful too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nowadays, and I had the idea, I would like to be Teacher Neto on my day-to-day life with my friends and family. And then I achieved this level because I think that we cannot separate completely the teacher with the person. Okay, you have the Maick son, the Maick husband, Maick teacher, Maick presenter, and they have the same essence. The essence is still the same and will never change.
Yeah.
And the person that you are gets to succeed on the occupation you want to have. So as you become a better person, you will become a better son, a better husband, a better teacher, a better presenter. So I started to think more about that. So I will try to improve myself on the things that I need. And then I don't have this huge difference when I teach and when I'm not teaching. I kind of
Yeah.
I'm trying to in process, but I'm finding this balance.
It's always like this. I don't know if you feel that. You study psychology, so it's nice because we can dive into that. It's a frontal cortex thing. You are interacting with a lot of people. You need to have some filters, like, I cannot do this, I cannot say that, because it's a social interaction. But interesting enough, I noticed that sometimes I get tired. It's like I just gonna be alone and do something like watch some movie, listen to music. So I am this very hyper social guy, and sometimes I say, I wanna, just go and run to the hills, stay like in a calm place, listen to the cows and the birds, get my gun and get out of my property. No, I'm joking. But,
Your nest.
Like, but I don't know. I never felt that during classes. Like the social battery is always up.
Exactly that.
What can you tell to teachers that are struggling with these, man? What would be a good advice? Like, I have a lot of classes, and I want to have my class to. I want my class to be fun, to be entertaining, because I can see clearly that the students love you.
Oh, I
So
love
there
you
must
too.
be something
Each one
there,
of you, I really do
some
love you.
seasoning that you do there.
Nice.
Maybe a spell, something that you do
I
in class.
I pay them, but I still love
So
you.
if you're doing the class and it's not engaging, you can pay your student.
But really, and the connection that I have with the students, they are real. So
that's
it's really, when I say hello, my friend, it's because I really consider each one of them as a friend. And speaking about having the energy to the classes, have you ever watched the movie? I don't know the title in English, but it's the guy who went to the war and he starts to rescue the soldiers one by one.
It's Rick, so rich.
to the last man.
You know, Maurice?
É o último homem.
Yeah. It's the guy that was the second Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Andrew Garfield,
yeah,
I guess.
the best Spider-Man. by the
Yeah,
way.
I like him very much.
Yeah. He used to ask, when he was saving the people, he gets tired, and he always asks, please, just one more. So that's what I do when I have too many classes in the day, during the day, and I am like, okay, just one more class. And I focus my energy entirely to the next class. And when this one ends, I focus my energy to the next. So just one more class. And you focus always on the students that are in front of you. And don't think about, I will have 6 classes today, all conversation, too many people. No, focus about the next one and do your best for those students.
People feel the difference when you make a genuine human connection. Like, one thing that I like to do is, I think it's the first class I had with these people or this person. I need to find out something interesting, something new about this person, something that this person has a passion. Because you can see, we have a lot, you guys too, we have a lot of IT guys, they have that, you know, crazy routine, and they are losing their hair, and they're tired.
But they work sat on a comfortable chair.
Yeah,
and they're
not stressful at all.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, they are complaining, you know. So when they go to the class and they say, "Oh man, when we're not studying, we're not on work, what do you do?" And you can see the bling, they shine, you know.
Yeah.
And the class goes like this, very fast. Then maybe that's the thing, like you're in the present, connecting, talking with them. They even forget they are in an English class.
Yeah.
They're having a nice time, you know.
And also for the learning process, because you create a connection with the student, you know now something that you can relate what you are seeing in the class with his personal life, and it's going to be easier for him to understand if he applies the grammar or the book and associate with his personal life. So win-win.
Yeah.
Win-win.
You have a son, right?
I do have.
Okay.
I do have.
Are you planning how you're gonna teach Dutch to your
I
kid?
have already started with this experiment that I call
Experiments is an interesting choice of words.
I'm calling Project Noah, which is the name of my son.
Oh, his name is Noah.
It is.
Nice. With the Noah.
Yeah, it's like the new Enzo.
Okay.
Right? We
I
have the
don't know.
era of Enzos. Now we have the Noahs.
Okay.
And
what's the name of your kid? Ernesto Junior.
Junior. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah. He would suffer.
No, it's it's a short name too.
It is.
Nice.
It is. And I'm trying to associate some comments because he's not able to understand oh, this is the subject, this is the verb. So I say like, come to your daddy, and I show my hands like this to take
but
him.
that's fascinating, man, because it's the exact same thing adults should be doing. Like
Exactly.
I make the same joke. If I am drinking this, Chinese guy storms in. Never seen this guy in my whole life. The guy goes, China. My reaction would be, I don't know what they have put here. It's probably poison, you know, because this, don't drink it. It's like poison, you're gonna choke. And I don't speak Chinese. You know?
Really?
I haven't.
I really
I know, it was
believed.
convincing, right?
It was.
Damn. You should have seen me rapping in Russian, but not today.
Nice.
Yeah. They're gonna crack if I do that. Not today.
That would be a nice shortcut.
Yeah. If you got this reference, no, Mateus is laughing somewhere. It was an episode that I did some, but I'm not gonna do that today.
You know, when I was coming here, the Uber driver, he was from Cuba, and of course he speaks in a type of Spanish language. And I was trying to speak with him using all my Spanish vocabulary.
You
which
speak
is
Spanish too.
Muito poco.
Okay.
Just that. And I don't know why, but I was talking to him in English at a certain point. Muy bien, yes. Why?
It's a part I don't remember exactly. I saw this, that whenever you learn a second language or a third or fourth, it will be stored in the same region of the brain. When I had Spanish classes, like two, it was one of the teachers who were she was also a Spanish teacher. Said, "Oh, could you give us some class? Would be nice, you know." And she did, and every time
Nice.
it was like, you know, I say, "Oh yes," so C is like yes, okay. I used
to
to
know.
make the questions in English, you know,
Nice.
which was wrong. I should have just tried to use Spanish.
Yeah.
Damn. That's why I'm
excellent.
not a Spanish speaker, you know.
But I am learning how to speak Italian.
Italian?
Yeah.
Is it really, or is it just a joke? Like,
No,
I just
no.
have to do it in this.
Yeah, that was a joke.
Sorry.
But I am because I think it's a very fascinating language and più bello idioma del mondo. So I'm really trying to improve my Italian.
If you want to listen to some Italian songs, we were sharing music.
Scusa se ti amo,
There.
se ti conosciamo. Great song from 2000.
Oh, who was the singer?
What was it? something Italian.
Something Italian.
Yeah.
Va bene.
Va bene. Something
No,
like-
it's,
oh, Tiziano Ferro. But you need to do like this.
Have you
Oh,
listened to Tiziano Ferro?
then,
huh?
because if you don't do this, it can be
Ragazzo
Spanish.
bello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot
oh,
of Posini, but you need to do
You
this
have
with the
to-
hand.
So the name of the band is Sonora.
Sonora. See?
It-
Sounds Italian
It
now.
sounds. It sounds very nice, you know. It sounds very nice, and they have a song that they have the same song in Spanish, in English, and in
Wow.
Italian.
Wow.
The name of the song is Love Show, you know. And I saw they are active, but it's a recommendation.
Great,
I'm not
great.
gonna put
Noted,
it here now,
noted.
but it's nice. Okay.
Noted.
Man, so you are communicating in English with
Yeah.
your kid, and I imagine he's listening to Portuguese too.
Actually, he's listening more to Korean.
Korean?
Yeah.
That's a
yeah. Yeah, I think he will say something like "konnichiwa" or how do you say this in Korean? There's people make this movement and say something.
I don't know, money,
No.
price.
Send on the chat because there is it says I love you.
I
something
will,
like that.
my brain right now is don't make jokes. Don't make jokes. Don't make frontal cortex fully activated. Yeah.
Blocked.
But
Okay.
what the hell is this in Korean? If you know,
Yeah.
maybe it's an Italian thing. Like no, the Italians will be like muy bello,
Yeah.
and then Korean will be like tontawa.
Yeah, I think this is the Korean version for the Italian language.
But why is
my
he-
yeah, because of my mom. She stays most of the time with him because me and my wife we both work outside home, and then my mom stays a big part of the day with him. And
She watches
loves
Korean so
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
I would say your
does.
mom is Korean.
No. She's from Minas. Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah.
they're kind of similar.
Okay. And then he passes the entire day listening to Korean songs. And I tried to put my own preferences for him to listen. He didn't pay any attention, but if I start to play he stops what he's doing and
like-
looks wait, what is that? I recognize this sound. So I think that he's going to speak first in Korean and then a little bit of Portuguese, and I will try to insert the English
Man,
time by
that's very
time.
nice. We had an episode with a student here, Alan. Alan Menezes, shout out to you, man. And this was a question, you know, that I had. Like, my girl wants me to speak only in English with with our future kids or kids, you know. And I was lazy enough not to search about studies, and then I said I'm gonna talk to some dads, and then I finally found some studies that say no, it's okay, it's not gonna confuse. And he said, he speaks English with his kids, and he spoke up to a certain age, and his wife spoke in Portuguese, and the kid was communicating with each parent in its respective language.
And he was able to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And-
Because I have seen one kid, the father did the same thing, but the kid could understand it. He understands the English, but he were not able to speak.
No, he was like, oh yes, dad, no. But the tricky thing that he told in the episode, spoiler, is that eventually he said, Father, do you understand mom's language?
No way.
Yeah, and because that was the fascinating thing, like, father language, mother language. And then
Do you
he
speak
said-
English? No, I speak father language and mom's
it was
language.
like that in the kid's head, you know, like, father has one language, mom has another language. And then he says, yes, I do. He said, and then he stopped speaking English with his dad because he understood. Yeah, but he sent some videos that he was trying to incentivize. Nice. And I asked you, I'm going to ask again because it was a nice answer, man. How have you changed it after Noah was born?
Yeah, and it was very difficult for me to find the answer for this question because I felt that I haven't changed it a lot. Because that always has been my dream, become a father, and as we
All the girls watching are doing, oh.
yes,
You are, I know.
a very beautiful wife and kisses my baby.
Now they're doing,
But if you want to send a pizza, we WhatsApp. And so I always wanted to become a father. And being a teacher, we are kind of.
Yeah, we have this responsibility. in a way.
Yeah. So what has changed is that now I have someone that I love in a way that I can't put on words, and I have
Nice.
one more person that I can show and demonstrate love that it comes from inside, and you start to Mike, see everything that he does is it worth everything, Oh, I don't know, he's just sitting. Wow.
Look at the way he's sitting.
Yeah.
And then you look at Noah, he's like this. No.
Yeah. No, because at the beginning they were like I don't know if I can say that, but they were like Uncle Paulo,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that.
their neck, his neck.
It's an amazing reference.
Yeah, his neck was like a wet towel,
Yeah, you have to be very careful with that.
Yes, you need. And then he starts to have more.
Then he started lending money to people.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, he's holding his own neck. Oh my God, that's impressive.
Oh, PG-13 joke. Yes.
It's a clickbait.
Yeah.
Couple
My
references.
kid was like Uncle Paul.
Yeah.
That would be a nice cut. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to do it, unfortunately.
But
Yeah.
he's an amazing son, and it's not because my son, and I know that all the parents say that. By the way, on my Instagram, I posted a picture of him with this subtitle. It's not because it's my son, but and he is the most handsome boy I have ever seen in my entire life.
Okay.
And it's like the love that I have for my wife became a person. And it's the material.
Man, I hope she
Yeah.
watches this.
I do, yeah, because I want
nice.
to cook dinner tonight.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. 'Cause I don't know if you felt that. We will be back to the teaching conversation, but I want to be a
Yeah.
father one day, so I need to extract knowledge.
You're
He's
listening.
teaching me something valuable, a life lesson.
You're listening to
Have
tonight's show.
you had that
Let's speak about
experience?
love.
People come to you before you became a dad. People go to you and they like, oh, look at this kid, so cute.
Yeah.
Man, they all look the same. He's
Yeah.
drooling. He's doing
Like
some
a knee.
kids. Nah, come on, it's a boring thing. But after you became a father, it's like, oh yeah, kids are awesome. Look at this, or it's just with Noah.
No. I was this type of person that when you were talking to a friend and hey, I become a father. Oh, really? Yeah. See the picture of my baby. And I was like, oh, okay, again, a baby. And now I became this person, and I want to show him to everyone. My cell phone's not with me now, otherwise I would put you. And another thing that parents usually do is when you ask about the age of the kid, they always give the same answer. It's like, he's 5 and will turn 6. And you're like, oh,
Really? I
no
thought
way.
he would skip to 12.
Yeah, and we always give the next one. But why? Ask you how old is he now? And I am doing that. So he's 10 months and he will turn 11 next month.
Okay, nice. I'll try to do this in a messy way. I'll see if I remember. Oh yeah, it's 10 months. It's gonna be 15 next week.
And people will be like, what?
Yeah, just to be. I think I'm
He's
gonna do
from
the same, man.
humanity.
I think I'm gonna do the same.
To know about
Yeah,
math.
and I've been watching a lot of. That's not a joke. Gorilla parenting. Gorillas. I like animals. So
okay.
the algorithm sends all the animals videos to me. Cats. I saw one this week. Was a bear playing flute. It was amazing.
Nice.
And
Have you ever seen the guy fighting with a kangaroo?
yeah, it's amazing.
Wow, that's a
He's
classic.
choking the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
then the guy punches the kangaroo, and the kangaroo's like,
What the hell just happened?
Yeah.
What is this?
I didn't know humans were able to do that.
Yeah. Oh, guys, this is how a real nice conversation should be. We have to control or we get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's stick to the
I
point.
feel like we are in the class now. It's like it's
Yeah.
exactly like this sometimes. So I didn't get sidetracked. It was because the gorillas are these massive, primates, and they have all that throwing face like this, and
Good
it's very
impression of a
cute.
gorilla, by the way.
It's very cute when they're playing with their kids. Like they are like that, and then the kids gorilla does something, and then they start rolling on the floor and do some stuff. I think I'll be like that as a dad, like, oh no, I'm working now. I come here,
Yeah, I come here. Yeah.
All right, nice. How long?
And have you ever thought about the kid's name?
Yes, I. That's the thing. I need to have two because one kid, one kid, it's not gonna be Naruto, his name, but one kid we're gonna name after a friend that we had that died. It's a sad story, but but it's gonna be nice, like a homemade.
Actually, it's just sorry, but my son has this compound name, so it's Noah Rafael because of my dead brother. And Noah means rest, and Rafael was my brother.
It's beautiful.
And now Rafael is
don't make me
resting.
emotional, live.
Okay. I
But
told you we want
anyways,
to rest.
but,
And what was the name?
it's
of your
gonna be
friend?
Derek.
Derek.
Yeah, and I like it because it sounds like a Viking name.
Yeah.
But then that's the thing. I'm convincing my girl that if we have one, we should have two, because the second one I wanted to call Luffy, but she said, no, that's
Luffy.
obnoxious. Luffy, come on.
Luffy.
The kids are gonna make fun.
No, wait, Luffy.
Yes, because of my favorite anime and manga. Luffy, yeah.
You know that he will be a real person, not a character from
I
an
know,
anime, right?
that's what you sound like her. Stop it.
Man, I was
But
a kid
then-
called Ernesto. I know. I know. Don't do that with your
But the
kid.
shirt is so cool, and because I really like the character. And anyways, but then I had found my way around it. One character that I like a lot is Conan because of the barbarian. And
Okay.
it sounds more normal, not in
Yeah.
Brazil, but then Conan I think is this, And then on the side, I'm gonna call them whatever I want, anyways. I do that with the dog. The name of the dog is Vittorio. I call, Zazie, come here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same. Oh look, stop doing that. And she's gonna throw at me like, what did you call our kid? I call him Derek. Conan,
I think you should move to the US and then you can put those names on them. It will be great. But Derek is a fantastic name. About Luffy,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna be like one of those dads that. What's the name of father? Why are you always in agreement with mother? Oh, it was long time ago, Goku.
yeah.
That I won an argument, and that was the condition.
Exactly. But imagine Paulo, Luana, Leonardo, Luffy.
Man, and I hope he says, Kaizukoni, I'm gonna be the king of the class.
By the way, did anyone answer what was this?
It's a heart, apparently.
It
Or
is
they-
a heart. That means I love
Or
you.
like thanks. I don't know.
But how do you pronounce this I love you?
Oh man, I have no idea.
It's
Yeah,
Come on, I listen to
let
it
me see in
every
the
day.
chat here if they have sent anything. Blah blah blah. People saying that
No,
they
it's not
love
blah,
you.
blah,
work
blah,
it
come
bad.
on.
No, it's
Come
blah
on.
blah are the ones that I already read.
Okay.
I'm going to ignore you. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
No,
You
it's just
talk
blah,
too
blah,
much.
blah.
No. Okay, NEG, Teacher Neto. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say about that. Foods again. All right, here. Okay, better now. Okay, one interesting question from João Paulo Neto. Could you talk about the use of AI to study English?
Of course. Great option. Okay. Everything that you add for your learning works. Okay. There isn't anything that you are going to study and it will be useless. So all the tools that you can use them, right? And but artificial intelligence, you need to use the right question to receive the correct answers, right? So be aware about what you are trying to learn and check all the possibilities that you have. But every tool that will add something, do it. Just do it.
Sia, Chav said here, Chav's 12. Ernesto is a farmer's name. I
is.
said it's a
It
badass name.
And I was born and raised in almost in a farm.
Oh, nice.
So I grew up with animals, horses, snakes. There were some monkeys either.
Yeah, those like marmosets, the small ones that does it. Sound.
Well, you can make so many impressions. And actually, their name were it is actually it is still a live animal. It's my memory is very bad, I can't recall, but they were very noisy.
Man, I really like those. Back where my parents lived, there used to be some around, and I used to give them fruit, and they're like,
Really?
okay, they're gonna be my friends. Don't throw poop at me, you know. Okay, another nice one from Marcel here. What has been your most embarrassing moment as a teacher?
When I farting about no. Let me check. Embarrassing. There was once I was teaching, and then a student he got late to access in the class, but I allowed him to enter, and he was completely drunk.
Oh, you got a drunk student?
Yeah, but not a drunk that he's a funny drunk. That yeah.
Was the class about Ireland? That would be amazing.
Yeah, would be. Here
If
we
you
have
go
a
to Ireland, depending on the pub.
But the problem was that it was a mixed class with different ages. So there was a little girl like 13 years old.
Damn.
And this, he was from IT, and he was there in the class studying, and he was an adult, completely drunk in the same class as a 12 years old kid and some other students. And I was like, okay, let's see what we can do to not make it more embarrassing than it already is.
Damn, that's a corner. What have you done? I just knocked him out and the class was fine.
Yeah, basically that.
Like, come here, guys, one moment, and then you bring the guy to shh.
Yeah,
Get here. Slip it off.
But at first I didn't really realize that he was drunk. But then I start to smell
smell of alcohol.
and and his body posture was like, and the way he speak were like, I'm really drunk here, and I don't want to
Imagine
study.
the awkwardness. The other students like, let's see what he's gonna do.
Yeah, and I was like a recent teacher, so it wasn't
Damn, but that's nice. You were forged in the fire.
The fire. So
hell.
So politely, I asked him to talk to me outside of the class for a second, and I asked the students to wait a little bit. They understood, of course.
Yeah.
They were a little bit afraid also, and so did I. So was I. And I asked him politely to
Go away.
Yeah.
Like you are not in condition to have a plan.
Yeah.
Man, that's rough.
And he was like, no, teacher, I just had one beer.
Of course.
Yeah, the one of the Irish.
The guy drank half of them bad. You know?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I had an embarrassing moment. I had those moments, like I told you, that very emotional. You know? And being
and when we connect with people, we really become friends, and their suffering becomes our suffering.
yeah, they share stuff too.
Yeah, they do. So when those moments happen, we need to give, or when it comes from the student, something, a bad situation that student is passing in the moment, we need to give back something positive for him, and to keep the class rolling. Otherwise, you won't connect with the student.
Yeah, it's gonna be like when the taxi driver is just looking at the time there, you know, like, okay, we have 10 minutes of class, 20 minutes of, you know, like rushing to the end.
Yeah.
How do you deal with students that are struggling to learn?
I love them. Those are the best, my favorite students, because learning in general is not easy. If we have in mind, it's always easy. When you find a moment that you are having problems to understand a specific topic, you will feel that you are very stupid.
Yeah.
Because everybody says it is easy, but for me it's difficult. So no, it's not easy. So we need to understand your the way you understand better. Okay. So we as teachers, we need to understand when we start a class and we ask, "Hey, how are you? How was your day?" We are connecting with the student, but we are also mapping the level that the student is. So if he says, like, "Good teacher, tired, much work," he passed the information, but he doesn't have a huge vocabulary and the connection. So I will reduce the speed of my speech. I will try to reduce my vocabulary to a level similar, but a little bit above of him, because he needs to feel the challenge to improve himself. And then you continue the class. If the students, "Oh, teacher, it's been a great day. I have worked a lot. It was a very productive day." Oh, he can communicate. So
you
I will
adapt to the student. Yeah,
Exactly,
man. It's
exactly.
like mirroring something. But that's the thing. If the student talks exactly like that, "Oh, I happy now, teacher. Pizza yesterday." All right, he's communicating.
He is.
That's amazing, and it's something that if you are one of our students, you need to get your head around. We need you to make mistakes because it's how you learn. It's not that you're gonna finish the course committing mistakes, but if you talk like I say, "Oh, you are happy now, nice. Oh, so the pizza was good. What was the flavor?" And we continue the conversation.
Yeah.
Sometimes people imagine, a lot of students, I don't know if you had those, that they are afraid of going to a conversation class because, what if I don't know the topic? What if I'm not good enough?
Yeah.
And it's like the same way that happens when we're learning Portuguese.
Exactly.
You get in touch with the language, you start to get that, okay, you make those associations, and look, you can repeat to the same class to practice more,
And you need to express yourself using the English that you have at the moment.
Exactly.
I think that happened with people who works with technology in general, okay, not any specific case, but most of them, they are very competitive.
Ah, yeah.
So some compare themselves with the other. So, but he was speaking more than I did, and I'm not good enough, and they compare themselves with the other. But the real comparison should be about himself from the past. So Igor of this week is speaking better than the Igor of the last week. And that's the process that you're going through. That's the competition with yourself. And on the conversation classes, express yourself using the English that you have at the moment. All the teachers will be there to help you.
Man, if only they follow this tip, half of the problems are gone. It's the same when with other stuff that you want to master, you start going to the gym. I see some difference here. And then you see the guy that is preparing to be a pro bodybuilder. Then you say, "Oh my God, I'm a chicken."
Yeah.
Nothing's changing. No, you are making a realistic comparison.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
by the way, if you want tips of exercises, stretches, working out, follow Maick Ofel on Instagram, and you are going to discover many faces of this guy here.
you're gonna learn what not to do if you want to get in shape.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have a nice time.
You have written a book, right?
Yeah, I did.
Amazing. Congrats for that. I saw some topics that you speak about in your book, and I really would like to read it.
I'll send it to you.
About love, about life in society, about hate, about many things.
That was the philosopher in me.
Great,
I'm doing
great.
this because I'm not graduated in philosophy, but it's a topic that I love. We were actually linking to something that Vanessa asked here. What was the craziest topic you've ever taught? We have a lot of things in common, but this is one special one. You also like to teach polemic and crazy stuff.
I do like.
It's amazing, especially the reactions of the students.
Yeah, I do like.
What was the observation that you made? How do the students feel when they go to these classes, man? You have a class about gun ownership, abortion, or something that is normally the type of topic that people would fight on a dinner table. We always have that uncle, that will say something, people get.
When we start to learn a language, what is the reason? We want to communicate in the language, speak the language. And we need to know how to speak using on all the topics of our life.
Yeah.
The same things that you are able to communicate in Portuguese, you need to be able to become in English. So we need to discuss about those things also in class. And I really like the definition of communication. Make it common. So I know, now you know. I know the things in Portuguese, I can communicate in Portuguese. I know the things in English, and I can communicate. Make it common for everyone in English. And about all the things that you can imagine. Drugs, violence, crimes, abortion. And we are not speaking about sides, which one is right or wrong.
Sponsoring something in Asia. Should do this or- no shoots.
Yeah. Opinion. My mom used to say that opinions like arm. Some people don't have.
Yeah.
So, so you just need to express yourself and learn vocabularies that will support you to participate of those classes. Give express arguments. Defend an idea. Or give an opposite idea for this argument, and you are going to learn and practice and speak about things that sometimes we don't have the opportunity to speak with our family, our friends, or co-workers, and it's important to discuss about that. Last week, sorry, I'm speaking a lot.
That's amazing. Continue, please. Go on.
But last week, one of our teachers, Isaac, he created a class to speak about the Natives Day and speak about indigenous traditions here in Brazil. And many students, they didn't know anything about it. And just have a moment to discuss about that, it's already a start. Okay?
Yeah,
How can we improve our culture? Discussing about, and we have here at times several classes where we can discuss about many topics.
Yeah, about that. By the way, guys, next week we're gonna have an episode about. You're gonna enjoy it. I hope you guys entendam watch it too.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to see you here in the chat too. It's about mind-blowing topics.
Oh, nice.
So the inspiration would be that class that we were talking about with one of the students that used to be there.
Great.
One thing that
You are
guys-
going to receive. Sorry, you are going to receive a student.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, you can sit exactly on this chair, my friend. You
Yeah.
just need to.
If you would like to be here, send a message to your coordinator. He's gonna talk to Claudia, and then like, oh, I would like to be there. And for us, it's very nice. You know, it's rewarding to see teachers, students, everybody who is here with us, like sharing. You know. But what's up with this guy? And it was one of those classes that the student said, "Oh, I would like to have a philosophy class in English." You know, and I don't know why that was up to me. You know, maybe it was a coincidence.
Yeah.
And we started talking about crazy things like what is reality, what are the illusions that our brain create, what is real, you know, all those crazy questions. Not even once we had conflict, because the first premise is everything that I say can be wrong. If you want to find whatever truth is there, you are my companion in this journey, not my adversary. So even the polemic topics, it wasn't something like that. You know, like I'll say, I think, or maybe my conclusion is this, but teacher, maybe it's wrong. I said, oh, I love when you do that. You know, and it was nice.
Ofel Maick 2024.
You know, have you had any classmate that when you saw it, say, oh my God, that's my favorite class or topic ever? Which one is it?
Yeah. I do like to speak about people and personality. And I always try to teach something about life in English. So, especially on these special classes, they will learn something in English about life, about professional experiences, educational. But it's, as we were talking before, if a teacher only knows about English, he doesn't know anything about how to teach. We need to understand about people.
Neto 2024.
See, even Neto is difficult. Imagine Ernesto in a sentence. No.
Man, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we are running out of time.
Nah.
You see, we
And no
didn't
one
get
sent us a
sidetracked.
pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, but we could talk for hours. That's amazing, man. Thank you so much.
Great.
Before we go, final message to your students, to everybody who's watching us.
My friends, thank you very much for having this time with us. I hope you have an excellent night, an excellent week, and see you in the class.
And book your classes, guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget, we are already on Spotify. Follow us there. This episode is gonna be there tomorrow. Next week, the episode is gonna be on Tuesday. Okay. If you enjoy these crazy conversations we were discussing here, you're gonna love it too. You know. And hope to see you on our next episode of Talking Times.
The song you didn't sing.
Oh, damn, I forgot. It's gonna be for the next one, babe. Closing time. You don't have to go now, but you